Hi Indycar and F1 fans, welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is February 13th, 2022, which is also Super Bowl Sunday, where it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals up against the LA Rams from Hollywood, but that's not really the issue here. The issue about racing here is a lot more shocking than you can imagine. Well, I wouldn't say it's that shocking, but it's still electrifying nevertheless. And it all started with the first two rounds of the Formula E season, which took place back on January 28th and 9th, a doubleheader in Saudi Arabia. The first race was won by last year's champion Nick de Vries of the Netherlands, driving for Mercedes, while the second winner was Eduardo Mortara of Switzerland, driving for Rocket Venturi Racing, based out of Monaco. And I will say that if you're hoping for some good results from Jaguar or such, not going to happen. And for Envision Racing, which has an Audi powertrain this year, well, that's going to be the last season you'll see the name Audi in Formula E, because starting in 2023, Jaguar is going to take over that. So you got two chances of the name Jaguar in FE Racing success starting in 2023. And let's see what my sister's cat Meatball has to say about her British cousin expanding their racing empire. Aww. I see Meatballs have very few words. I'm sure she's excited, but probably can't express it any better than that. I'm sure all you cat lovers out there who watch Formula E with you would probably think the same way. That or they just got your tongue, too. In IndyCar news, AJ Foyt Enterprises will house Kyle Kirkwood, former Indy Lights racer in the number 14 car with Rocket sponsorship. Dalton Kellett of Canada returns to drive the number 4 car as his teammate. And for the street and road courses in the number 11 car, Colombian female racer Tatiana Calderon will make her IndyCar debut on the street and road courses only. So, will she race in the Indy 500? That's to be decided. I wish you luck in the IndyCars, Tatiana. I'm sure the Supertex has great faith to have hired you to be their third driver, and we look forward to seeing you in the first round in St. Petersburg on February 27th. In other IndyCar news, speaking of the fact I mentioned one Canadian, Robert Wickens, who you might remember had a very violent crash, a near fatal one, at Pocono back in 2018 when his car caught up in the catch fence. He had some spinal injuries here or there, so it looked like he might not walk again. So in a way, he's unfortunately represented that he's now a paraplegic. But his racing career is far from over, because recently, last month, in Daytona, he drove in the Michelin Pilot Challenge with a fellow Canadian named Mark Wilkins in a Hyundai owned by Brian Herta Autosport. And they finished third in class at Daytona. So, congratulations, Robert Wickens, on your superb return to racing. The difference, though, in this case is he had to use a hand-controlled steering wheel to help him go forward or slow down if he wanted to, because his legs aren't really useful in this regard. Like Alex Zanardi of Italy, two-time IndyCar champion, had that same issue when he lost both of his legs in a very violent crash at the Lausitz Ring in Germany in 2001. But as you can imagine, specially created steering wheel so he could control the car or make it go using his hands instead of his feet. So he's not completely paralyzed, but he's still able to walk on his own, just not in the manner he used to. And so the odds of him returning to IndyCar racing, highly unlikely. So Robert Wickens, if you're watching this video, I'd like to say that I'm really sorry that a return to IndyCar racing doesn't seem likely in your future. Although I hope it is possible someday for IndyCars to make it possible for you to return, if they can make those handheld steering wheels that you need to drive possible. Even if your feet aren't much use, because it'd be great to see Canadians like you back in IndyCars again. As we also don't have James Hinchcliffe, but all we've got now is Dalton Kellett. In any case, with you racing with your fellow countryman Mark Wilkins in the Michelin Pilot Challenge and getting a third-place finish in your first try at Daytona, it's got to be pretty thrilling for you and Mark, eh?
I love it!
I love it too! When I mentioned earlier that Kyle Kirkwood is taking over the number 14 car for AJ Foyt Enterprises from Frenchman Sébastien Bourdais, you'd naturally be wondering, where is Seb Bourdais going to go? Unfortunately, he has no IndyCar ride this year.
Oh.
Oh.
Ugh!
Sebastian Bourdais has a full-time commitment to Chip Ganassi's Cadillac DPI prototype program in the IMSA Racing Series, so that ought to be interesting. But now to get on with the big news on this video is the fact that back on the 10th of February, the Aston Martin Cognizant Aramco racing team unveiled their new car for the 2022 Formula One racing season, the AMR22, and in my opinion, it is a beaut. Here's a few videos of it being unveiled, along with my genuine reaction, or should I say, overstated reaction of what I think of how beautiful this car is. Well, I wouldn't say my reaction was that insane, but thank you, Harlan Williams, for showing how enthusiastic and excited I am about seeing this new car, this Aston Martin AMR22. It's, a slice of British car heaven, and I sincerely hope it does well on the racetrack in the 22 F1 season.
I love it.
And considering how all the Canadian references I've been using throughout this video so far, as well as referring to Robert Wickens, Mark Wilkins, Devlin DeFrancesco, and Dalton Kellett, these Canadian references continue to bring it full circle because, to those who don't know, Aston Martin Lagonda and the Aston Martin F1 racing team are owned by a billionaire from Canada, Lawrence Stroll, and his son, Lance, is one of the two drivers that will drive the Aston Martin AMR22 in the races. His teammate is Germany's Sebastian Vettel, four-time F1 champion. All of his championships, though, came from Red Bull Racing. But that's another story. And it's interesting because, another coincidence, the day after the Aston Martin AMR22 was unveiled to the public, February 11th would have marked Leslie Nielsen's 96th birthday. This great Canadian comedian, my God, who would have thought he would have been 96 if he were alive today, even though he passed away in 2010?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
He certainly was serious. Happy belated heavenly birthday, Leslie Nielsen. We miss you and we love you always. In conclusion, I can say that the first F1 race of the season starts March 19th in Bahrain. And if you thought the Aston Martin unveil was superb, I'll bet we'll all be astonished when Ferrari unveils their car February 17th. And I'm sure there's other teams like Mercedes and AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo and so on who are yet to unveil their cars for this season. And we'll see how Aston Martin does for this year. And as for the IndyCar season, it all begins February 27th, right here, St. Petersburg, Florida, on NBC. So, as we play the waiting game for IndyCars as well as F1 to start, grab yourself a St. Petersburger with fries, and we will be in for a world of excitement when the green flag flies in the streets of St. Pete. Shout out to LP Burgers in Media, Pennsylvania. Your burgers rock always. If you ever come to Media, Pennsylvania, try out LP Burgers, and I will give you a link to their website which you can find in the description below. And trust me, if anyone asks, tell them Formula Pun Racer recommended this to you. Hello, LP Burgers. Your burgers rock as always. If you thought that the little clips I showed of the Aston Martin AMR22 was a little too quick for you, I will leave you with some pictures and a more clear look. So, to end this video, thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and please subscribe as well. Comment. I like hearing all your comments, and I am anxious to respond to each and every single one of them. And let's get ready for a world of excitement for the 2022 IndyCar and F1 season. See you around, everyone. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.